Hey guys, and welcome to another unboxing. Today we're going to be unboxing something that I've waited a long time for. This is the Force FX new Darth Revan lightsaber. Now, if you aren't aware, Master Replicas is a company that used to be in business back when George Lucas owned Star Wars. They made amazing Force FX lightsabers, prop replicas, and helmets even. Masks, Darth Vader, clone troopers, stormtroopers, everything. Now, since then, since they're out of business, we have Hasbro taking the helm and making these Force FX lightsabers. Now, this is the first time I actually see a box that is not a regular box, rectangular style. This is more, I don't know, it's just more, a little more edgy, you know what I mean? So already touching this, I can see that it's a little more high quality than the typical Hasbro Force FX lightsabers. I've got a Mace Windu one in the corner over there that I could show you guys, but I'm sure many of you have seen it already. This one seems like it has some actual metal pieces, which is pretty cool. It definitely feels a lot different. I mean, I don't have to go over the fact that this is an Old Republic lightsaber, so this is tens of thousands of years older than the ones that we're used to, or most fans would be used to, from the prequels and originals and sequels. The Old Republic was a time of, well, the Old Republic. It was more of a Game of Thronesy gladiator type feel of Star Wars, which in my opinion is probably the coolest era of Star Wars that there is. So right here we've got these prongs that obviously, you know, they look pretty deadly as is and cool and different, but what you can do with them is you can open them up like this and you'll actually be able to open this piece up so you can put the dowel in, because right now it's just for show, for display. Like, I mean, if you want to display this, you could just do this, right? You have to put that in there, and boom, done. This is now displayed very nicely. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up, get the blade in there. Well, actually first get the crystal in there and see the magic. Alright, so I turned the lights off so that we can now see if there's going to be any sort of light coming out of the crystal or anything like that. I haven't put the blade in, and we're going to check that out in a minute. But first I want to see if we get any sort of light or anything like that from the crystal itself. So let's try it. There's two buttons. One of them I think is just for blasters, or like blaster effects, and the other one is for ignition. Cool, man. Okay, so the crystal right now, I don't know if you can see, is actually purple. And then maybe if I hit it again, it'll turn off. I'm not... Yeah, so it turned off. You probably can't see this, but this is actually still glowing. That's pretty cool. So the crystal, once you charge it, once you power it up and take it out, it's still glowing red, which is really cool, man. That's a really nice detail. I like that. Alright, so that's pretty cool. You can actually have the crystal in there and the blade at the same time. So let's put the blade in, and this is where the real fun begins. Okay, it's in. Okay, let's turn off the lights and let's check it out. Okay, ready? Okay. Oh! Those sounds are really different. That's pretty cool. I like that. So the... Why is it flickering? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. I was a little bit underwhelmed with how faint the purple was. It wasn't like it shows up pretty good on screen there, but it doesn't really actually. It's not really super bright, and that's one thing I had a problem with. But once I heard the sounds and the clash was it's quite bright. I guess it's for blasters and stuff. Okay, so that's the red button. All right, if we hit it again, it's probably going to turn off. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so Force Effects lightsabers didn't have this before, where it was so sequential like that, where it's like legit feels like a lightsaber. Like, well, maybe they were actually faster. Actually, I'm going to get my other one and compare. Okay, so here we have just a few of my lightsabers in my collection. I think of about like 7 or 8. And then there's one coming on the way from Vader's vault, which I'm really excited for. We're going to check the... First, we're going to compare the 2 Hasbro ones, alright? I know this review is now in the dark, but honestly, you'll get a better feel for it. So here's my Mace Windu. This is much louder. There's no sort of, like, clashing lights or anything like that when you do this. I'm going to show you guys how the lights sequentially move up like a lightsaber would. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the difference between this, which is the Revan one. Okay, so now let's try the green button. And the green button is basically just when you're getting shot at with blaster bolts and you're trying to... You can see my face. I'm turning it off. Oh, look at that! So I guess this is if you're clashing with a lightsaber. So, here we got Anakin's from Revenge of the Sith, Master Replicas. Blaster effects. And then if you hold the green button down, it's basically like you're slicing through something or you're clashing with another lightsaber, so. Alright, so now if you want to turn to the dark side completely, which is what Revan does, he goes back and forth between the light and dark. You gotta hold down these buttons, the green and the red. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool, man. Okay, this is worth it. This thing was cool. If I want to go back to the light side, then... What the heck was that? Freaking green? Did you guys see that? What in the world? So it's like if it's... You can like turn it, and if it's not locked in properly, then... What? I mean, unless it's RGB, there's no reason that that green should have popped up. Unless maybe it's a malfunction or something, but I mean, like, what are they trying to tell us? You shot the green again, like... Oh, that's so cool. What? I feel like it malfunctions sometimes, or like maybe it's not in I mean, no, it's in. Like there's nothing else I could do really, but. It's kind of finicky. Maybe I'm not doing something right. I don't know, or maybe I have a faulty one. I'm not sure. I love this. I think this is so cool. Hilt is super hard to actually really battle or duel with because it's just kind of, it's so clunky. And especially with these, they have to be a lot thicker than they would normally be if, you know, the actual if actually Revan was writing with this, because of the electronics that they have to house inside. Why did it just shut off? I didn't turn it off. And now it's gonna do this weird thing. Like... Super strange. Oh. Now, if we want to compare them to, let's say, Master Replicas, so I got a Revenge of the Sith, Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. This was, I think, came out in 2004. 2005. So let's give it a whirl. Much louder. And I swapped the batteries with both because I wanted to see if maybe it was just the batteries. Much louder. Overall build quality, I would have to say... Both are great. I gotta give it to the Master Replicas. Now, if we want to get into the nitty-gritties of Master Replicas versus Hasbro Elite Series Force Effects, we can do that in a different video, but yeah, this one is a really awesome collection. It's a really awesome piece to add to your collection, I mean, and I definitely recommend it. My gripes are that it's not loud enough, it's not bright enough, at least when it's purple, and it's not just the color, because the Mace Windu one is more bright. It's actually a different shade of purple, almost. Maybe that's why. This is actually more true, deep purple. You probably can't see on camera. I'm going to turn off the light so you can see. This is the Revan, this is the base. If you guys want to see more on this lightsaber and myself comparing it to Hasbro and other Force FX lightsabers, please let me know down below in the description. I also have the Disney Parks lightsabers. I've got 2 of them. I've got Ben Solo's, not Kylo Ren's, but Ben Solo's, as well as Ahsoka's. So both of Ahsoka's. I can go over in detail in how this stacks up and ranks up with those, as I've actually done a couple tests myself off camera. Actually, well, on camera, I guess, but not really properly. And there is quite a difference. There's a lot to be said with basically the build quality between both companies, or I guess 3 companies, even though this one is still considered Disney, but it is made by Hasbro. The other ones, I don't know what the Disney Parks ones are made of, but made from. So overall, the build quality is pretty nice. There's still some parts that feel a little bit clunky, a little bit plastic, of course, but I mean, there's only so much you can do when you're housing a ton of electronics in there. The fact that you can change the blade color is really nice. It's a very nice feature. How the lights sequentially light up and power down, I think they did a really good job on that. It's very smooth. It's the most smooth I've seen in any of my Force FX or Hasbro lightsabers or the Disney Parks ones. As for the clash sounds, I think that's a really cool feature to have an extra button for that, because there's so many different buttons on lightsabers. They could just implement those on all the different hilts. As for the crystal that lights up, I think that's a really neat feature. I love that they do little things like that, and it's a really nice stand that comes with it as well, which I think is going to look great somewhere behind me. That has been my review on the Darth Revan Force FX Elite Series lightsaber. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. May the Force be with you.